Hi. Today we're going to watch Amber's recent Let's Talk video. They're one of my favourite videos to react to because Amber comes out with some total absolute gems in this video. I've seen this one before, but it is, oh my god, definitely worth a reaction, so I'm going to do that. Before I do that, I'm going to show you this screenshot here. I'll chuck it up on the screen, whichever side makes sense. I've got it in my hand here. So Emily, who is Amber's ex, you guys all know this, put this thing on her story. So this is what she wrote. Some people come into your life to teach you lessons. Mine came in like a crash course in red flags, gaslighting, and public humiliation. Thanks for the diploma. It's long been speculated that Amber and Emily had a less than perfect relationship. Nobody really knew what happened, but we are aware that it was toxic, put it that way. So it's just very interesting that Emily would share something like this. It also seems like she's back on the internet, so cool. Hi, welcome. I do think it's a bit strange that she's still talking about Amber when she claims that she wants nothing to do with her, and she knows she's got like 10,000 followers who are all from Girl World. So it's very strange to me that she would put something like this on her story if she didn't want attention, because this is so clearly about Amber. But in terms of what Emily's actually put here, she's effectively saying that Amber was a crash course in red flags, gaslighting, and public humiliation. I think the public humiliation portion of the whole thing was kind of Emily's own fault. Like, she was active in feeder communities, she put posts up, she did that. I think that if a group of people go looking for information about you on the internet, if there's something to find, they're going to find it. Amber didn't put any of that stuff up. So I don't think it's really Amber's fault for that portion of the kind of humiliation. And the main reason that everybody took so badly against Emily was because she had one prior deceased partner. So it makes sense that people would have humiliated her. And I don't actually really think that that's Amber's fault. But anyway, not me being an AMberlynn apologist, I'm just saying I don't think that's really Amber's fault. Saying that she was a crash course in red flags and gaslighting is very interesting. I mean, we know Amber's a walking red flag. We know she's a master. Well, I don't know about master, but we know she's a total gaslighter and a liar. So it's not surprising to me in any way that Emily would post it. Well, I'm surprised that she would post this, but I'm not surprised that Emily would feel about this way about her relationship with Amber. So thought that was interesting. Wanted to quickly cover that because it's a little bit of recent Girl World drama. So the video. This video is called Dating Me Comes With This Harsh Reality. Let's Talk episode 11. This is Amber's, well, as I've just said, 11th Let's Talk. She's basically back to her previous upload schedule, which is good for us reactors because we know what she's going to post when, so it makes it easier to work with her. However, it's also kind of bad because I think this format and structure of content was not really what the people wanted to see, and she's basically just back to doing it again. So that's a bit of a shame. But I do think the way she's done the Let's Talk this time is slightly different. She's taken some parts out, she's added some parts. I don't know if she's added parts actually, but she's taken parts out. So we'll watch it together and unpick any lies and any crap that comes out of it, which will be interesting to see. So let's do that together. Okay, we're ready. AMberlynn, over to you. Oh, she's wearing this grey number today. I like this grey number, kind of. I mean, it's a grey t-shirt. It's nothing to dislike. And she's got her hair the way I like it, so she's a very good girl for that. Let's let her tell us all about her life. Here we go.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new Let's Talk video.
Thank you. Oh no, not in the Let's Talks. All right, so in her words, I hate that intro and I'm annoyed. I thought it was only going to be in the vlogs, but now it turns out it's in the Let's Talks as well. Amber, if you're listening, if there's anybody out there, if there's anyone inside that brain of yours, stop with the intro. Everyone hates it. We all hate it. It's not indicative of the kind of content that you make. It doesn't bring anything to your channel. It's too loud. If you're going to include it, at least turn down the volume on it so that it's the right volume for the rest of the video, because I have to go in post and change the volume of it for you guys so that it's not like, ah. And also audio is by no means my best skill whatsoever. So yeah, it's not great, Amber. And listen, if you're listening, if you love me even a tiny bit, be a good girl and turn the volume down on that, will you? Thanks. Anyway, let's carry on.
So we are doing things a little bit differently. I am taking out some segments and I'm keeping others. So cool. I'm taking out sweet and sour, which was where I would take a random comment generator. I would choose those. I would respond to them. I noticed a lot of...
I'd take a random comment generator. I would choose those. So is it chosen or is it random? Sorry, nitpicky, but that's just a bit of a weird one there.
People were purposely like saying pretty harsh things and talking about things that I really did not want to talk about. And due to me being authentic, I would choose what
So I have two thoughts. Obviously, it's hilarious, and it has been a meme in, you know, the girl world Instagrams that Amber claimed that she's authentic in this video. It's almost it's so out of touch that it's funny. It's so out of touch that I do wonder if it is rage bait, because it's like hearing Amber say she's authentic it's a funny, humorous plot. Like, what the heck? She is the furthest from authentic, and we've proven that time and time again. You can go on my channel and watch any video I've ever made about Amber, and that theory will be disproven. It does make me wonder if, I mean, she knows, right? She knows she's inauthentic, surely. So it does make me wonder, the fact that she would even say that sentence is so strange. Like, she knows what she's really like. Or does she? At this point, I actually don't know what's going on. I'm very confused. But the other thing is, she was saying that people were leaving nasty comments for Sweet and Sour on purpose. That's not true. She was getting the same comments regardless of whether she was making Sweet and Sour or not. So it's, you know, I'm glad she took Sweet and Sour out, because she was just cherry picking whichever comments she wanted to share. She's about to say here, I'm taking it out because I was so authentic that I did use a genuine random comment generator and the comments were nasty and people were leaving more nasty comments for that reason. That's not true. People left the comments they were going to leave anyway, and you'll see the comments are the same regardless. But anyway, it's just funny that she would claim here to be authentic. It's just so vastly inaccurate.
Whatever popped up on the comment selection.
Sure you would.
No matter what was chosen, no matter if I didn't want to talk about it. So I'm just going to take that away, and then I am no longer doing tea or tail, because that was where I was talking about rumors, and I would have to like search out for these things, and I personally do not want to do that. So we will.
I think that's fair. I actually agree with her. So she claimed that she didn't want to do Let's Talk because they were really negative and she was always like reading nasty stuff about herself. So she decided to stop doing Let's Talk. Then she was like, oh no, I actually am going to do Let's Talk, but I'm going to do it in a more positive way. And this is her attempt. This is the first one, her first attempt at doing it positively, since she said that that's what she wanted to do. So I think taking Tea or Tail out is a good decision, because it is just literally her listening to the absolute most random rumours about her, lots of which I think are probably true, but she doesn't need to be doing that. So I think it's probably a good move to remove the Tea or Tail.
We'll be keeping the interview, which is the voice message questions, because I genuinely love those, and I know you guys do too.
So that's funny. Yeah, she loves them, and that's fine. If you love them, that's a good enough reason to leave them in. Don't try and make out that we love them too. I mean, I feel like she's speaking to her whole audience, which is probably, if we're honest, I would say 96% people who really dislike her, and then maybe like 4% of people who support her or are sympathetic to what she's trying to say. And those people might like the interview. People who send her the voice notes, if they're not trolling, might like the interview. But leaving something in and claiming you guys really like it to what's 4% of her audience is crazy work. I also saw some comments that were like, wild of you to continue addressing your audience as if we like you, and that's really interesting to me as well. She is consistently making content for people who don't like her, but in the content she acts like we do like her, and then at some random point, usually on a live stream, but sometimes actually often within a video, she admits and seems to kind of like process out loud that she realizes that a huge portion of her audience don't like her, and she's trying to carry on this facade that we like her and we enjoy her content, when actually that's not why people are watching. And it's very interesting to see that kind of dichotomy happen in front of our eyes. She knows she's very, very disliked, but she continues to insist on talking to us as if we do like her. And I get that she's trying to give attention to the people who care about her and the people who love her. She's trying to kind of focus on the positive, not the negative. But if that's the case, why are you doing these Let's Talk videos? Because they are just an opportunity for you to try and control the narrative. I feel like just show us your life, just make what you want to make. The Let's Talks are not helping you, I don't think.
Also going to be keeping Sip and Community, which is where I put a little community tab post. I tell you guys to leave questions or just do whatever you want to do, and I'll respond to the ones that I feel.
There's another car in the background of her audio. I am going to just quickly say that the part of the reason I was moaning so much about her audio in my previous video is because when I film, I'm screen recording the audio from her computer, or from my computer, of her video. So I turn my audio up really loud in my ears so that I can really hear it, and it records records at a nice high volume because her audio is a bit fucked, but it does mean that those car noises are really loud in my ear and I moan about them when actually for you guys they're not as loud. So just to explain like why that was annoying me so much in the last video. I think as well I had the big earphones on, which didn't help. But anyway, yeah, her audio's crap. If you hear a car, Amber, stop talking and just do a new take. It's just basic.
Comfortable responding to, because I know a lot of people still want to have like correspondence with me in these videos specifically, and some of you don't want to do voice memos, which I totally understand. So that gives you an opportunity to ask me questions just through the YouTube app. And then also,
this might sound bad, but who does she think she is? Does she think she's like a big deal? She's a moment, you know, we all want to talk to her. That's because that's how this reads. I know you guys really want to talk to me, but some of you don't want to send voice notes. So here's a place that you can do it in writing, because I know you all really want to talk to me. It's a bit, I mean, I don't know. Are there people out there who so badly want to talk to Amber? I guess there must be, but it's just a bit, I kind of feel like it's an ego stroke to herself ever so slightly.
So we're keeping bad choices, which is me answering these cards here because I want to get through the whole deck, okay? So let's get into it, and we're going to start with Sippin' Community. So normally what I'll do is I'll just go from the top. I'll do just like whatever pops up first. But there's a little sort by section, so I'm going to do newest first. I'm also going to like, oh my god, I click newest first and it's nothing but like hearts and all this type of stuff from Abdullah Yusuf.
Sure, she does love to try and convince us that she gets loads of love, but we can see your comments, Amber. Like, you're not fooling anyone. We can see them.
So thank you. Maria's World said, hope you're happy and healthy with a bunch of hearts. Thank you. I am actually really happy right now. If I can be an advocate.
She's ignoring the healthy part of that comment.
For anything, it is see someone about your mental health.
She loved that. She loved that just happened. Any amount of drama, like the shelf on shelf collision, which by the way I was very proud of from my previous video, or like a light falling down. For her, it's a moment, it's a content moment. If one of my lights fell down right now, I have 4 lights on me, I would be like, oh fuck, my take's ruined, go back, fix the lights and then refilm. I wouldn't be like, a moment, guys, it's a moment, the light fell down. Like, no, it's just, it just shows, I don't know, maybe this is me reaching. I don't know, it just bugs me a little bit. Like, this is not a big deal. Your light fell down, fix it. The lights are a basic part of being a YouTuber.
Silly, I unplugged my lamp, so I'm gonna go plug that back in. I genuinely have no idea how that happened, but crazier things have happened. But yes, if I could be an advocate for anything, it is to see someone about your mental health, and don't ever feel ashamed to go on medicine if you have to. Because I feel like,
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I agree. Advocate for your own mental health. Don't be ashamed to go on meds if you need them. Focus on yourself. Your mental health is important. If you're struggling, go and see someone. 100%. It's an easy thing to say to camera. Amber went a very long time without seeing mental health professionals, or seeing them sporadically and then ignoring their advice. And she does that for physical and mental health professionals. So I'm not really convinced that Amber's the one to be giving us this advice. But I admit she is at least saying the right things. Even if she doesn't walk the walk, she's talking the talk. And, you know, there is some value in that. What she's saying is true. So I can't fault her for that. It's just that she doesn't actually take her own advice. When does she ever?
like Zoloft is actually changing my life for the better, and it feels really good. The Destroyer.
She's very dramatic. She's been on Zoloft for, 5 weeks now, or nearly 6 weeks. I don't think it's fair to say that Zoloft is changing her life at this point, but we know this about Amber. She's unbelievably dramatic, unbelievably hyperbolic in the way that she speaks. Something can be like, if she's trying to zip up a jacket and the zipper won't go, she'll be like, this is the most annoying, most difficult zipper I've ever tried in my whole entire life. And it's like, girl, just, like, it's not that big of a deal. But she makes mountains out of molehills constantly. That's what she does. So being like, Zoloft is completely changing my life, I don't buy it. Everything she says is over dramatized. So we have no idea how much Zoloft is actually affecting her. What would have been helpful is if she said, guys, I'm on Zoloft, this is what week I'm on, this is how I'm feeling, these are the side effects, a nuanced take, this is how it's affecting me. That would be helpful, provided she was saying very clearly, this is my own experience, please don't take me to be giving advice to anybody else. She doesn't do that. She just says these wild, sweeping, dramatic statements which help exactly no one understand what Zoloft is actually doing in her brain. It's very annoying.
Royer said a BBW was attacked on a flight. What do you got to say about that? I have no idea what you're even talking about, so I'm gonna try to Google it. Do I literally put BBW attacked on flight? Because I don't know what to search. Yeah. Can't find anything really. Oh, something about a woman grabbing someone's hair. Wait, let me see. That's an ad. We're gonna mute that ad. I don't know if this is actually anything.
What is this section? I feel like I'm watching something that she should have cut out. What, like, find it on your own time. This is so random. Why am I watching this?
Oh, called her a fat. Oh, okay, maybe this is it. I actually have seen this video. What do I have to say about that? You shouldn't be attacking anybody regardless of size, skin color, sexuality. Like, you should just keep your hands to yourself.
That was quite a basic, lacking in nuance thing to say. She's right that you should keep your hands to yourself, but there's a lot more interesting stuff she could have said about that. Her experience as a large person. Has anybody ever attacked you for your size? How would you feel if that happened to you? Maybe something interesting about flying or the fact that she doesn't fly. She just gives us such basic surface level answers. There's not really very much depth going on there, and that's frustrating. I feel like this bit was weird. She should have watched the whole video off camera and then given us her actual opinion. So the content's just not that valuable when she doesn't have anything to say.
I need more love in the world. Casual Observer said that I bought 1K subscriptions. So it's against terms of service to buy subscriptions. I've never done that before, but if you're talking about Social Blade will only show when someone gains 1,000 once they've reached a certain amount of subscribers. So like if you go and see anyone who has like over 200K, I don't really know the exact number, but it'll only show like when they've gained 1,000.
True. That is actually true. For once, she's just debunked a rumour that is true, because there was a rumour circulating that she was buying subscribers. I don't know if it's true. It could be that she's buying subscribers, but technically speaking, Social Blade does only show increases in increments of 1,000 at a time. It's definitely not the be-all and end-all of statistics at all by any means.
Like 1,000 in total, not just like 1,000 at once. I gratefully gain about 800 subscribers per month on average, so thank you guys so much.
I'm surprised she gains any subscribers, to be honest. I truly am. I don't know where it comes from. Lots of channels that have been on YouTube for a really long time don't gain subscribers every time they upload. They lose subscribers. So I'm surprised that she's gaining subscribers, partially because she's been around so long, also partially because the content she makes is so dull. Anybody who's watching her, like, why would you subscribe? This might be horrible, but why would you subscribe? What are you subscribing for? Not sure how true that is, but that's what I say about everything that Amber says. I don't know how true that is, and that's always the case because she's such a big fat liar.
COVID Lynn, I'm sorry, COVID Lynn's profile picture is me eating a chicken sausage, and it just looks so hectic. But they asked, why aren't you posting?
It does look hectic, but that was also a thumbnail of yours, so they got that from you.
Happy Father's Day to your stepdad. We celebrated Father's Day privately. We had a barbecue at my stepbrother's house, and it was so great. I got him something for Father's Day, wished him Happy Father's Day. It was all just like private, not everything is online for sure. Are you okay? I hope so. Prayers for you always. Bye.
I'm just pausing a tiny bit late to respond to the Father's Day thing. I don't believe that she did any of that stuff. When she does something, she films it. So I don't believe that. If she bought him a gift, she would have said in a vlog, I bought him a gift. I just don't believe it. And that's that on that.
By Madeline Powell. Thank you so much. And yes, I'm doing great. You asked that 12 days ago because this community tab is old. So we should probably move on to the interview, and I'm going to post a new community tab for the new Let's Talk. I'm so excited to do the interview again. Like, it's been so long. Oh my God. And I know you guys.
She just loves listening to people talk about her and giving her an opportunity to talk about herself.
I genuinely enjoy it so much. So if you guys have any questions.
She's always like, I know you guys genuinely enjoy it. She's trying to justify herself doing it so badly. We don't enjoy it, Amber. I'm sorry. We don't. Nobody does. You get trolled. And it's awkward.
For the interview, literally just go to my Instagram, which it's linked down below, and just send me a voice memo asking whatever you want. And if you can't do that, then just send me a microphone emoji. I'm going to send you a smiley face emoji back, so that approves you to send me the voice message.
Hi there. First of all, I was planning to send you my question when you replied to my mic emoji, and then you announced that you were having a break, and then you uploaded again, so I was kind of confused. In any case, I'm sending you my question. So I know you shared recently that you're on Zoloft. I'm on Zoloft too. marking my 1 year anniversary next month. For me, it has been working. I'm working very closely with my therapist and my psychiatrist.
Can I just say, sorry, awkward pause there. Can I just say, the people who leave her these voice notes, why do you talk so much? Just ask the question. I understand you need to give context, but is this, like, I can't imagine giving somebody a question over voicemail or over a voice message and then saying so, like, rambling so much. I'm glad you're on Zoloft. I'm glad it's working for you, but just ask the question. This is crazy boring.
Yes.
So I really hope it works for you. I just wanted to ask you, like, how it's been feeling. How long have you been taking it? I'm on 100 mg. Yeah, it works. I hope the best for you. And yeah, I wanted, like, your updates on that. And also, I'm from Greece, so excuse my accent.
Sorry, I have to pause it. I love your accent, and I'm so jealous. Greece is actually, like, a place I would love to visit.
Every time she says that, I just think, so if you would love to visit it, or you'd love to travel generally, why don't you focus on losing weight and enjoy the rest of your life? Amber is in an incredibly privileged position because if she wanted to, she could lose weight, make it so that she can travel. She's a vlogger with an established audience. So if she lost weight and made it so that she could travel, she could go anywhere in the world, film her content, upload it, make interesting vlogs. She could, like, I just imagined Amber walking through, like, Tokyo or some crazy city, not that Tokyo is crazy, but crazy in terms of difference from where she comes from, and uploading that kind of content. And I mean, she wouldn't even have to lose all the weight. You could stay as a fat girl, you know, you could stay at 300 pounds or whatever, and you might still struggle, but you could make such valuable content, and you have a ready waiting audience who would consume the content. You could make your money and not be stuck in an apartment in Oklahoma. She doesn't realize how lucky she is that she can just work from anywhere. It's such a valuable thing, and she doesn't fathom and appreciate how blessed she is to be in that situation.
Of vocabulary there. Very sorry. Also, you're on TV. I sent you a picture. My living room is a mess, but yeah.
So cute. Thank you. But yeah, Zoloft has been going really good. I've been on it for about a month plus, like, half of a week. So it's been
Did the person even ask her a question? So am I, like, I don't know if I'm tripping. Was that the end of the voice note? It sounded like there was more to come. Did the person even really ask her anything? I guess the question was how are you doing on Zoloft? I don't know. Strange. I feel like she was still in the preamble and now Amber's answering, but I feel like we didn't hear the end of it.
almost 5 weeks, and it's honestly working really, really good, like, genuinely. And I'm so glad that it's working for you, and you've reached almost a year of being on it. That's amazing. Yay.
Hey, Amber.
I mean, as awkward and performative as that was, I am glad for that person that Zoloft is working for them. And if Zoloft is working for Amber, I'm glad about that too. I'm not going to be like, oh, she's a horrible person, so I hope her mental health drugs don't work. Like, no, of course not. I hope they are working for her as well. I also think that she's not sharing her experience in a way that's useful or constructive, but that doesn't mean that I don't hope that they work. So anyway, these voice notes are so freaking boring. Let's just get through this.
Hello.
Watching your video.
That person just went, hey, Amber, and that is how the ankle says it. So I think this person is a troll. Let's see what they ask her.
Right now, do you actually do random voice notes? Or...
Why do they all talk like they are lacking brain cells? Like, seriously. Why do they all talk like that? It's so strange. Like, just say your sentence. They're talking like they've got one eye on the TV while they're recording. They're like recording and then they're like watching their kid in the playground or something and they're not really paying attention. That's what this is giving.
Do you pick and choose?
No.
That's my question.
They're absolutely random. I have hundreds, and I literally just scroll through, pick a random. Scroll through, pick a random. That's all I do.
Hello.
I don't believe that, but whatever. Like, it's not new news that we all think she doesn't listen to random voice notes. Of course she doesn't. If there are hundreds, just based on the law of averages, the number of comments she gets on her videos, for example, if she gets like 1,000 comments, most of them are nasty. So why would she suddenly have hundreds of voice notes which are all really nice? It's a total lie about the not picking and choosing voice notes, but whatever.
I wanted to ask about your OCD that you are diagnosed with.
before we even, this is unacceptable that she included this voice note. She is on record admitting to lying about having OCD. If you watch my BPD lies video, I'll put it here, I'll link it downstairs. She has lied about having OCD in the past. She said that she had OCD, then she admitted later that she was never tested for OCD and that it was a lie, and that she had OCPD. As far as I know, she has never been diagnosed with OCD. The fact that she is including this, like, that there is so many things that are fucking bullshit about this. She doesn't have OCD. She's never been diagnosed. She hasn't even been diagnosed with the things that she admits to having, like BPD, for example. Amber, where's the proof? Oh, girl, you don't have BPD. We all know you don't. You don't have OCD. You should have heard this voice note, thought, fuck, listen, I know in my own heart I don't have OCD. Let me not include this. Let me not perpetuate this narrative that I have OCD because I know it's not true. I'm just going to leave this out. No, she doesn't. She includes it because she has no fucking morals. This has really pissed me off. People out there who actually have OCD, like her ex Crystal, who is the person who inspired her to claim this diagnosis when she never had it. Lots of those people struggle on a day-to-day basis. Life is hard for people often who have OCD. You don't have it, Amber, and claiming that you do, and even entertaining the fact that you might, is so fucking wrong. And things like this are what make it really hard for me to react to Amber and not just go for low-hanging fruit and be rude and nasty about her because she does shit like this. You don't have OCD. You should not be including this voice note in the video. You have lied in the past and admitted to lying about having OCD. So why the fuck are you now suddenly including this? It's wrong. This almost deserves its own video, but I'll let her answer, of course, because we're watching her content, but please do not let her trick you. This girl does not have OCD.
I was wondering why you rarely talk about it anymore.
Because she doesn't have it. She does not have it. That's why she doesn't talk about it.
Memory. I know you are open about your BPD and those struggles. I'm just wondering why any of your other diagnoses don't get that attention, or is it like a personal reason, or... But thank you.
It's because of the backlash. Like, anyone in my personal life knows the things that I deal with.
This is what she always does. She goes, you can ask someone in my personal life. Everybody in my personal life knows. My mum knows. My family knows. My exes know. Like, no, that's not evidence. Saying something like, the people who really know me know that I struggle with this. Fuck off out of here. Like, they don't. You're lying.
Extent. But like now, sometimes like I catch myself just saying my anxieties, like my contamination anxieties, and I know that it's a lot further than that, and there's things that I do that a lot of people would not believe me if I spoke about it. And to me, it's something that like I genuinely deal with constantly. Like, I have mentioned it like just the tiniest little bit, and just the way that people react, like it makes me feel really sad. So I'm like, maybe I need to stop talking about this, because it's...
How, like, this is actually infuriating. How can you sit here and say that the way that people react to you claiming that you have OCD or sharing your anxieties on the internet makes you really sad when you have a video where you admit to lying about having OCD? So what the actual fuck? Like, seriously, what the actual fuck? You are not a victim. You are the perpetrator. This is unbelievably frustrating. Amber, you are infuriatingly annoying.
It's something I already struggle with. Like, my mom sees me struggle with it. Like, people I've been in relationships with, they see me struggle with it. Like, it's not something that I take very lightly.
Hi there.
It's not something I take very lightly. Lied about it on the internet for years. You're scum. Sorry, scummy behaviour.
My name is Luke, and I'm new to the channel, actually only like about 2 weeks of watching your content, so it's crazy.
Luke, you sound hot.
That I have the opportunity to ask a question, but if I had to pick one...
Also, it's not crazy that you have the opportunity to ask this woman a question. She's constantly online. If you had the opportunity to ask Beyonce a question, that would be incredible. Asking Amber a question is, it's not a hot commodity.
One, it would be if you were to start over completely with your YouTube content and do something totally different.
We've had this question before. We've heard this question before. Like, oh.
What would it be, or would you do the same thing and show your weight loss journey?
I don't think that I would start my YouTube as a weight loss channel, because that was like my first video ever was like, hi, welcome to my new weight loss channel. I would literally just start it as like, hi, watch me live my life. And I probably wouldn't hyper focus on trying all these diets, etc., etc. And I would just live life, and I'd probably keep the dieting like very minimal.
Hey, Amber.
But if she had done that, I've just realised the person who's speaking now is the one who sounds like an ankle supporter, not the one that I mentioned earlier, but anyway, whatever. If she had done what she just said, then we would have just watched her gain weight over a period of time anyway. So she calls herself a weight loss channel and says, well, I wouldn't have started myself as a weight loss channel. I would have just talked about my life. That's what she's done anyway, because she hasn't lost any weight. She's gained 200 pounds since her first video. So regardless of what she brands herself as, it doesn't really matter, because what the content actually is basically it's a lying channel. It's a facade of a channel. It's a creating a false narrative whilst being an insufferable imbecile channel. That's what it actually is. So call it what you like, but it's not a weight loss channel, and it never has been.
Hello. Hey, from down under. I want to ask, what is the biggest, fattest, juiciest piece of tea you have right now?
I know that person is a ankle supporter, and I said this about the previous one. I fucked it. I knew that somebody said, hey Amber, the way that the ankle says it, so clearly this person is an ankle supporter. So Amber, what is the biggest, fattest piece of tea that you have for us? What's she gonna say? Spill the tea, right? Sipping community, that's what this is all about. Let's hear some tea, girl.
Oh, I can't say that. Skip. I create the rules. I'm allowed a few skips per video.
Insufferable. It's insufferable bullshit, like swill of content. This content, you know when you're having a coffee and you don't drink the bottom of the coffee because it's cold and full of lumps? Need I say more?
AMberlynn, thank you so much for letting me ask you a question. I just want to start off by saying that
honestly, it's like you're interviewing Princess Diana. Like, thank you so much, like, my liege, for giving me a moment to utter words in your presence. Fuck off out of here with that shit. Sorry, the OCD thing has pushed me over the edge and I'm raging right now. I'm gonna have to ask my wife to bring me a Dr. Pepper because I'm so stressed.
Genuinely love you so much. I have watched you since the very beginning of your YouTube career. I think.
Oh wait, this is the one. Okay, so I was live streaming and my members were like, listen to a random voice message. And I started listening to this one and then I realized it was so sweet. It's also 4 minutes long. And I was like, I need to save this for a video. And here it is. Okay.
So this makes no sense. So people have pointed this out loads in her comments, but she claims that she has hundreds of voice notes and she randomly swirls through. What are the chances that she's clicked on the same one twice? 0. So she saved this one. So it's exactly the opposite of what she says that she does. I just thought that was interesting and I'd point it out. The infuriation coursing through my veins is fascinating and should be studied.
Let me keep listening.
I think that you are...
Girl, there's a G. There's an ING at the end of listening, not an EEEN. Let me keep listening. Oh, this is the low-hanging fruit that I go for when I'm annoyed with Amber. I need to just check myself because it's not about bullying her for her ridiculous pronunciation. It's about pointing out the lies and ridiculousness in her content. So we'll try and stick to that rather than this kind of base level critique of the way she pronounces words, which we all know is silly.
Are so fun, so funny. I think you're beautiful. I genuinely feel like we're friends. I know that sounds weird, but because
it honestly does not sound weird. Like, I totally get it.
It does. It sounds weird. You don't know each other. You don't know her. You're not friends. It does sound weird.
I have felt that way about people online as well.
I've watched you from the beginning and I've seen your life and I've kind of like grown up with you a little bit.
She hasn't grown up one jot. Sorry if there's a weird cut there. My audio just went strange for a second, so I'm not sure what I was saying, but we're going to just carry on from where we are because I don't know what I just said.
I genuinely feel like we're friends even though we don't know each other.
It's definitely a weird concept that like so many people know things about me, and like I'll meet you guys like in public or whatever it may be, and like you guys will come up to me and be like, can I have a photo, this and that, like, and then you guys will start talking about like just random things about my life, and I'm just like, it's such a crazy concept that like you guys know all these things, and like I look at you and you guys are just like these beautiful strangers, and I'm just like, it's just a weird dynamic, but like I live for it and I just appreciate the support so much.
I think that is probably weird. It is weird. It must be strange sharing your content online and then having people come up to you and know who you are. I do think that would be strange. And, you know, yeah, I feel like fair enough. That's probably, we'll give her that one.
And I just wanted to say that I am so grateful for you doing this and for allowing so many people like myself, your real supporters, into your life and making us feel like we're all friends. So
that's definitely a goal. Like I want everyone to feel like they can come to me, talk to me, like have this correspondence with me. I know a lot of YouTubers don't do that, but I genuinely enjoy it. Like I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys want to hear from me. I think that's important to like keeping up a certain type of relationship with your audience. Like I don't want to.
She only wants to do that though if the things that people want to ask her are things that align with what she wants to say. She only wants to do this with people who are deluded and are still followers of her and fans of her despite everything she's done. The people who are ex-fans who then come out and critique her, who used to like her and then say, actually Amber, you've done XYZ which has made me side-eye you slightly. Those people she wants to ignore and call haters. It's only people who are up her arse, who don't question the bullshit that she does, who believe her lies and her diagnoses and all that crap. Those are the people who she wants to cater to. The people who actually have fair critique to level at her, those people she doesn't have any time for. So this is just fake, fake, fake. And also, she's here for money. She's making YouTube videos for money. She doesn't care what you want to see, what questions you might have. She doesn't care about that. She just cares about the money, which is fine. You go to work for money, fair enough. But don't pretend that you give a shit about your audience when you literally don't. If you cared, you wouldn't have done one iota of the crap that you've done on this website. You don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself. That is just the tea on the situation.
I just be sitting here like feeling like I'm talking to a wall, and I don't want you guys to feel like I'm not obtainable. Like I'm just like a normal person like everyone else. And yeah.
Obtainable is a strange word to go for. Why obtainable? You're not obtainable. You are a normal person like everybody else, but you are worse than lots of people. As the stuff that you do is bang out of order. So I'm a normal girl, I'm just the girl next door is very strange to me.
Yeah, I just want it to feel close-knit and I want it to be a more peaceful place for all of us.
Thank you for that. Love you for that. My question for you, I actually have two. So
okay.
The first one is not so serious. It's just something that I'm curious about. Okay. And then the second one is a little bit more in-depth. So first question, and forgive me if you've shared this before, but I am genuinely curious about how tall you are. I imagine you to be like 5'3", 5'4", but in some of your more recent videos, you've looked a little bit taller to me. So I was like, maybe she's a little bit more of a taller girly. I don't know.
Listen, again, when I meet you guys, I always get, you're so much shorter than I thought you'd be. So I like to say I'm 5'3", but if we're being technical, usually when I am getting my height taken, I'm 5'2.5". But we could just say I'm 5'3" for scientific reasons. Wow, My
girlfriend is drying her hair, so if you can hear that noise, I'm very, very sorry, but I promise the hair needs to be dried, so this is essential. Just to let you all know, if she's not lying here, which she always does, but if she is 5'2.5" or 5'2" or whatever, it makes her BMI 99.9, just so you all know. Thank you, Jawbone, for that lovely statistic.
You're actually really close. Like, I've had people say that they thought I was like 5'11". I'm like, I can't imagine ever being that tall, but yeah, you were pretty close.
No, I don't know why I want to know, but I'm just genuinely curious about how tall you are. So that is my first question. How tall are you? And then my second question, actually, I'm sorry to bring up relationships. I know it's like a dreaded topic, but
okay.
I just want to know, so out of all of your relationships from the beginning that I have watched, they all, to me anyway, share one common characteristic, and that is...
They were all abused by AMberlynn Reid. That's what that is.
that they've all been really shy to be on camera. And
yes.
Not that that's a bad thing, but YouTube is such a big part of your life. I'm just wondering if moving forward, when you are ready to start dating, if you're ready to start dating ever again, I love that you're genuinely taking a break for yourself. I think it's great. I think you need to work on yourself, motivate yourself from within. That's where real growth comes from, but I digress. So my question is, moving forward, when you're ready to maybe find someone again, do you have a new list of standards? Are there things that you are able to look back on your past relationships specific to YouTube? Obviously all of your past relationships have flaws, but specific.
We need to keep in mind that every relationship has flaws. No relationship is going to be perfect by any means. Like, I feel like
that's a tautology. That's a useless thing to add. Sorry guys, this is so fucking boring. I apologize to all of you that you're having to watch this right now. Like, this is like so dull, but all relationships have flaws. Yeah, that's a tautology. Thanks Amber for that insightful piece of, addition to the conversation.
we all look for that perfect relationship, but no. And I've heard recently where people are like, love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice. I don't know if I 100% agree with that, but I feel like what is a choice is like waking up every single day and like not only choosing to do good for you, but also like do good for your partner. That's a whole other topic.
I don't know though, sounding like waking up every day and choosing to do good for your partner is not a choice. That's basic human decency. So doing good for somebody is owed from you to everyone in the world. So your partner especially, you don't wake up in the morning and think, am I going to do good for my partner today or not? No, what are you talking about? That was so revealing what she just said then. Imagine she wakes up in the morning and thinks, am I going to do good for my partner today or not? No, girl, you don't wake up in the morning and think, shall I be good or not today? Shall I be evil or be loving to my partner today? No, that's a very revealing sentence that she just said there. The other thing is, what people mean is that loving somebody is a choice, is that you love someone, you're consistently choosing to recommit to that person. You consistently choose them. It's not just a feeling, and this is what Amber doesn't realise, and this is Amber down to the ground. Like, this is so, forgive me for using this phrase, AMberlynn Reid coded, that she would think the only thing that matters is my feelings, how I feel about the person, what's floating my boat, what's making me feel loved and appreciated. That's what matters. And actually, no, that's not what love is. Love is acting every day to be good to your partner and consistently choosing your relationship, choosing what you have with them over what you could have with an imaginary person who doesn't exist. So she shows her hand here embarrassingly to a point where it's like, what's going on that you would think of relationships like this? Problems, man. This is a huge red flag. Crazy, crazy scenes.
Specific to your YouTube career, are you looking for someone who maybe isn't so shy and, feels okay being in front of the camera? And
No. So actually, before I got with Feline, which was the person that I was with after Beck, I didn't care about that at all. Whether they wanted to be on camera, whether they didn't. But then I got with Feline, someone who did not. And it was hard. There were so many times, like, while editing, I would catch Feline in a reflection and I would purposely have to zoom in. Like, you just have to be so much more careful, especially when it's like a live-in partner, someone you're with 24/7. It made it so difficult, but I was like, I'm willing to do this because I'm absolutely in love with this person.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's so crazy. she's basically making out here that because her job is to film her life, she's dating somebody who wants some privacy. God forbid, she's now put in a difficult position because she can't be bothered to be careful to not film that person. Once again, this is just evidence of Amber not giving a fuck how her behaviour affects other people. She wants to be allowed to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and have no regard for other people, her partner, and how they might feel. Oh, I'm so sorry that it was so hard for you, that you had to be careful of reflections when you were filming. She's so lazy. It's insane. This is crazy.
and they absolutely are in love with me, and it's like it's worth it.
She always does that whenever she says that she loves somebody or she's in love with somebody or somebody cares about her, including her animals. She always has to add, I was in love with them and they were in love with me. I love my cats so much and they love me so much. It's very strange. Why do you always have to justify that you are loved and appreciated? There's no need for that. We can see the content, we see you have a partner. We know your cats love you. Cats bond to the person who looks after them, I think, anyway. It's just, she's always trying to prove something. It's so inauthentic.
It to me. But then after that relationship ended, I told myself, I will genuinely never be in another relationship again where the person does not want to be on camera. Mainly because it just makes my job difficult. It makes life so much more difficult. Plus, I love the memories. I love being able to show what we're doing, having those memories, looking back at them. Plus, I like sharing my life with you guys. But after what has...
Memories? Like what? So if you can go back on your channel and see videos of Beck struggling really badly and being forced to film videos that they don't want to be in. Oh yeah, that's such lovely memories to go back on and watch. I don't think there are any videos on Amber's channel that show good memories. All of her relationships, apart from the one with Feline, appear to have ended badly and ended with the person hating her in the end. So what lovely memories do you have to go back and watch? All your exes hate you. Granted, we haven't heard from Feline, we haven't heard from Crystal, but Beck hates her, Emily hates her, Destiny hates her. So what nice memories are you talking about?
Has happened in the last 365 days, I have realized more than ever, I will never, ever, ever again speak about a partner. I won't even speak about them, let alone show them. That is me like literally saying, I am never going to even talk about my love life. I know I've put that boundary up and I have sustained that. And I'm letting you know, like, I'm throwing away, like, I'm literally locking it and like throwing away the key. Like,
she's so dramatic. If she says she's not going to do something, you can be fairly sure that that thing is going to happen. At some point, she is going to show another romantic partner. The only thing that's made Amber's channel interesting is drama, which has happened because it's centered around one of her romantic partners. If you think about all the drama, all the stuff, anything interesting that's ever happened on Amber's channel, it's always related to a romantic partner. So if she does stick to this and doesn't mention another romantic partner, her channel will die. So let's see what happens. I think as soon as she realises that fact and the numbers start to speak for themselves, she will introduce a side character. She has to, because that's what the content is. You can't get people to subscribe for a certain reason, then not give them that thing, and then expect them to keep watching. That's not going to happen. So she's going to introduce us to another girlfriend at some point. So it'll just be a case of how long is it going to take for that to happen.
I'm genuinely never going to like go outside of that boundary, because I don't want whoever my future partner is, if I ever do get another relationship, let's be realistic, I'm sure I will, I'm only 34, but like in the way future, whoever my future partner is, I do not want them to be eaten up by people that like genuinely don't know them. There is just too much hatred and doxing and blackmail and just malicious stuff. And it's a lot. It's happened with every single one of my partners. Every single one of my partners. And I don't want to put someone in that position ever again. So it's just...
I agree that some people did go too far and have gone too far with some of the stuff that they've done with Amber. So, you know, calling people on the phone and like, you know, doxing people. I think it's over the line. Whoever you do it to, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's fine to do it to Amber, but it's not fine to do it to other people, because that will be a double standard. I don't think it's okay to do that to anyone. And I agree that some people did go over the line with what they did, particularly with Emily. However, if you put yourself online and you know your audience are like that, you know it's going to happen. The people you date know it's going to happen. So they can't really be surprised. I'm not saying it's right, but they can't really be that surprised when it does in fact happen. And the only way that Amber can stop it is by not sharing her romantic partners. And it's her own fault for being such an asshole, in my opinion. So I think she's in a catch-22 once again. If she shares her partners, they'll be investigated and they'll be doxed. But if you don't share your partners, your content will be boring. However, it's not our fault that your partners, like Emily in particular, had something so crazy to discover. So it's actually Emily's fault that she dated somebody who was so big, fed them, and they passed away. That's not our fault for finding that out. That's her fault for doing that. You know what I mean? It's a difficult one. It's a grey area. I admit it's a bit complicated, but I definitely think if there's nothing to find on somebody, then you can't find it. If you dig through someone's internet history and there's something to find, it'll be found. If there isn't, it won't be found. It's not the looker's fault if they find something. I mean, it kind of is, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. You know, there was something to find about Emily, so we found it.
Easier for me, as much as I would love, like literally love and adore my partner to be on my YouTube, I have to put my future partner first.
Well, this is because she really wants to be publicly claimed. Amber wants to be somebody's girlfriend. She wants to be somebody's wife. She wants to be publicly claimed by somebody else. That's what she wants because it's the ultimate form of acceptance. That's what she's been aiming for with every partner. Somebody, please, publicly love me, publicly marry me, show that I'm attractive, show that I'm desirable. That's what she wants more than anything. So she will end up sharing a partner on YouTube again, 100%. Is this still the same voice note? This is long as fuck.
Can handle the haters and that kind of thing. So
not many people can handle the type of hate that like is projected onto me and onto my partner, and I don't want to ever put that position onto someone, because like when I got with Tommy and Tommy was so willing.
Pause. Just a second ago, she said not many people can handle the hate that's projected onto her. Projected makes it sound like she doesn't deserve it. Projected makes it sound like we hate ourselves and so we project that hate onto her. That's not accurate. She's hated because of her own behaviour. I just think we need to make that really clear. She's not having hate projected onto her. She's hated because of what she's done.
Willing to like be in the public eye. Like I literally lived for that because I just got out of a relationship with someone who like, it was a secret. And then I also had a relationship with Feline where she didn't want to be on camera. So it was like, wow, I'm finally with someone who like genuinely wants to be on camera. And like Tommy didn't deserve anything she went through. Feline didn't deserve it. Like no one has deserved what they went through by just being my partner. And it just, I cannot imagine myself putting someone else in that position. And
except that Tommy didn't get what she got, or Emily didn't get what she got because of being your partner. She got what she got because of the fact that she had done what she did. So that's got nothing to do with being your partner, just to be really clear about that. We didn't dislike Emily because she was Amber's partner. We disliked her because she fed, allegedly it appears, fed her ex-girlfriend to death. Like that's how it looked to us. So you can't really blame us for being annoyed about that.
And it even took me a while to like put my mom on camera because I was so scared that it was gonna happen to her. But she would always be like, just let me be on camera, it's totally fine. And like she was super shy and cute about it. And like me and her, we would go back and forth and we're just like, I don't know, maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should. And then finally we just went for it. And then things did get heated for a minute there. My mom loves me unconditionally, and it's hard for like quote unquote the haters to like accept that someone can love me just because they're willingly doing so. Like when I have a partner, they're just like, they're choosing me, they're loving me, not because they have to, but because they're like literally actively choosing to. I'm glad that phase with my mom is over with though, because she didn't deserve that. And I can't even have friends in my videos. It's not even just like a partner. I can't even have friends because I have friends in my real life. Like I have family in my real life, people that I see and I hang out with, and I am not filming when I'm around them at all. Like I genuinely just like, I don't know. I feel kind of sad, but I would rather protect the people I love and I care about and just have all of the like the hate just be directed towards me.
She's pretending to be such a victim. She's trying to paint herself out here to be such a victim. All she wants is for her family to be accepted and people to not dox her family. No, the reason you're so disliked and critiqued is because of what you've done and the kind of person you are. So what she's doing here is just, it's not going to work. Sorry. You're disliked and people look into your family members because you're an arsehole. The side characters bring the drama. This is why she's in a difficult position. It's very complicated.
Because I don't want to see the people that I love and care about hurt. And have bad things happen to them.
She's the one who has hurt the people who she loves and cares about. She sits here and claims that she loves and cares about her family and her exes and she doesn't want them to be hurt. She's the one who has hurt her exes, and lots of them have come out and said as much, including Emily, literally the other day, based on that screenshot that I showed earlier. So she's trying to form this story that she's this lovely person who cares about and protects the people she loves. That's not true at all.
It just doesn't feel good to me.
So I know I don't want to take away from anybody who was afraid to be in front of the camera due to the hate, because I know that the people who hate you are genuinely so awful and will go to great lengths to make sure that everything about you and the person that you're with and even the people that you're around are known and all of their personal information is out there.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take...
That's not really true. I don't think it's not true that everyone's out here releasing everyone's personal information. But if there's public things on public platforms, I mean, I don't know, maybe some people do. I mean, some people do. They go too far, they get people's addresses and phone numbers, and fair enough. I don't actually know. I shouldn't comment on what I don't know about. Some threats and stuff I think were made to Emily. I don't know what they were. So I can kind of understand what she's saying here, that maybe people do go too far. And I think we know this in Girl World, some people do go too far. It doesn't change the fact that you're not hated for any reason other than the fact that you're an arsehole. You're not hated because you're fat or for some unfair reason. You're hated because of what you've done, and you never ever admit that and take responsibility for that. And that is why, Amber, you're even more hated, because you don't even admit the stuff that you have done. So you're just making it worse and worse with every single video.
Away from that fear, but it is something that requires like a strong person. So I'm just wondering if you're maybe looking for someone in the future with a little bit more of a thick skin, if you will.
No, because I don't care how thick someone's skin is. Like, my skin's pretty thick. Like, I'm still here and kicking. I still laugh and giggle and show a positive side no matter what is thrown at me online. But it's like, yeah, I can find someone like that and be with someone like that, but I still do not want to put anyone else in that position. Like, I already regret so strong, like, the things I did say about Feline and showing Tommy. I feel like the only two partners that I was with that genuinely, like, wanted to be on camera was Destiny and Beck. And I even...
Absolutely wild that she would sit here on her channel and claim that Beck wanted to be on camera. Beck has said in their own words on their own channel they did not want to be on camera, and you can see it from the content that Beck didn't want to be on camera. So Amber, the fact that you would even put this on the internet is nuts. You're so self-centered. You're lying. You're talking shit here. Beck didn't want to be on camera, and you know that. So why would you even say this? She's obsessed with rewriting the narrative. You can't believe a word she says. There's no nuance. She should say, well, actually Beck seemed, even if she wanted to, in her words, Beck seemed to want, her as in Amber's words, Beck seemed to want to be on camera at the time, and then I realised after that they didn't want to be, it was all really complicated. She doesn't even say that. She doesn't even acknowledge that, which isn't even accurate, but that could be her point of view, that she thought that Beck wanted to be on camera, even though it's clear that Beck didn't want to be on camera, and Amber claims to be an empath, so she should know that Beck didn't want to be on camera. Whatever. The point is, the fact that she would say this is so strange to me. You know Beck didn't want to be on camera. What are you talking about? You narcissistic fuck. Like, sorry, but what are you talking about?
Regret putting them. It just sucks that that's what it boils down to, is just a boundary at this point.
She's like, it just sucks though. It just sucks. It's your fault. It's your fault. Like, that's it. It's your fault. You're an asshole. That's why it happened. Like, it's your fault. The reason people hate you is because of what you've done. It's not anyone else's fault. Take responsibility. It's not some external thing. It's because of you. Jesus.
Yeah, so I hope that made sense. I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to ask you. I will continue watching your videos. I will continue supporting you and loving you. And I just hope that
this person's got a screw loose. How can you watch her and love her and continue to love her after everything she's done, everything she said? Even in this video, she's done some out of order stuff, like mentioning the OCD when she has a history of lying about OCD. I'm sorry, but you're part of the problem. The person who's making this, like who's recording this voice note, is part of the problem. You're supporting somebody who is an asshole. You're validating the behavior of somebody who should be called out. You're just coddling her and supporting her and telling her that she's lovely and fine and feeding the ego of somebody who is a proven abuser, animal and human. So what are you doing? I'm sorry, but you are part of the problem. I just don't get how she has supporters like this. Sometimes I just think they're trolls. I really do.
You continue this journey in whatever way feels best for you. And yeah, thanks so much. Love you.
Thank you so much, and I love you too, and thank you for being such a sweet supporter. I appreciate it more than you know. All right, you guys, that was a long one, so I think we should do bad choices. So I'm just gonna choose 5 from this bowl. Let's get into it. First one is, have you ever tasted your own? Yes, I have.
What the actual fuck? No, I'm gonna do that again. Gonna go back. Have you ever tasted your own?
Oh. All right, you guys, that was a long one, so I think we should do bad choices. So I'm just gonna choose 5 from this bowl. Let's get into it. First one is, have you ever tasted your own?
I'm sorry, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? I'm not even sure what to say. First of all, that is against terms of service, surely. Like, talking about that is against terms of service, surely. Second of all, with everything we know about Amber's hygiene issues, that's disgusting. Why would you put this on the internet? This is horrific. This is actually horrific. I hate that I'm even seeing this. I'm struggling to even pull the words out of my brain for how this makes me feel. Like, gross. I hate this. What the fuck?
Yes, I have. Have you ever had sex?
Yes, I have. Brilliant. The mental images. Oh God, just Amber, this is not classy at all. This is gross.
Sex that lasted less than 2 minutes. No, I'm a lesbian. More like it lasts 2 hours. Would you?
I feel like saying clearly Amber fucks, but no, it's a cliche in the lesbian community. If you don't know, I'm sure you do, that sex lasts ages, and it's true. But this is not. I don't think people come to your channel, Amber, to hear this kind of thing. This is very weird. This is very weird and not appropriate.
Eat a shit sandwich to meet your idol? Absolutely not. That would never happen. For $100.
Her idol is herself. So there's no need for her to do anything. She meets herself every day, at least in her own head anyway.
Would you stick a roll of quarters up your A? No. Have you ever roleplayed in the bedroom? Yes. So that's
the amount of jokes I feel like making about what she could have roleplayed as. I can't understand why she's making this content. Who is this for? What are these questions for? Is it just an excuse? She's like a giddy little kid, like, he, I get to talk about sex. Oh my God, so exciting. Boring. Stop it. Gross. Get some class. Nobody wants to hear about this. We know about her hygiene problems. So making us imagine that mental image when we know that she doesn't shower very much is just not very fair. And we know she can't wipe. It's just all a bit gross and a bit on the nose. Let's let her round off the video and then we'll say goodbye.
End of this Let's Talk. I hope that you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. I did not enjoy. Well, once again, the Queen gave us something to digest. Perhaps digest wasn't quite the right word to use, but my God, that was just a trip. The OCD conversation, bullshit. Those bad questions, bad choices questions, gross. The 4-minute voice note. Why are her followers so unable to form one simple sentence? My God, this video was not for me. However, it's done now. It's quite early in the morning here. I have a whole day ahead of me, so hopefully by the end of that, I would have forgotten about Amber's comments about tasting her own, you know what? Whatever. Apologies to you that you even had to see me see that. disgusting. I'm going to leave that video there because I think this is probably going to be a long one. I've been filming for over an hour and a half, well, an hour and 23 minutes. I'll try to snip this down and make it as succinct and short as I possibly can. And I think this will go up today, which is the 30th of June, and then this will be my final video in June. And then we have July, which is a nice month. I love July. I'm very busy in July, going to Amsterdam with my mum next week, so that'll be cool. No, not next week, Thursday. I'm going to Amsterdam on the 3rd of July, so looking forward to that. If you want to see my fun times in Amsterdam, follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna, you know, post some stuff there. You also get to see my mum, who is an adorable human. She's just an absolute G. We don't need side characters on this channel because we've got Rigatoni. Where the fuck's Rigatoni? There he is. But if I was gonna feature my mum, you guys would all fall in love because she's the fucking best. Cool, that'll do. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.